Hello, welcome to Barely Competent Gaming. I am Jim, and I say sorry for being late. I normally stream at 5, but then I don't normally stream on a Tuesday, so you have to go with that. So I'm playing around with odd things. God, I feel really behind today. Last couple of days have been really bonkers. After Friday's marathon, like 20-hour stream, it kind of took a physical kind of toll on me. I've just been so tired the last couple of days. Getting so much to do now that I'm affiliate and stuff, having all these extra new followers and things like that, surprisingly. I mean, playing around with bits and pieces, updating pop-ups and stuff like that, and creating new thumbnails of new series. Top it all off, Paradox on Saturday announced a new DLC. I knew the DLC was coming, didn't realise it was only a couple of days away. So that's why I didn't stream on Sunday, if anybody missed that, because I did say I was going to be streaming then to start a new series. Camera's not lined up in terribly well. It seems like I change the camera position like every couple of streams. Meh. Until I can get a setup where I can control the lighting and stuff better, it's always going to be a touch iffy. Okay, wait. So I do have like a little subscribe button now, and my first, apparently I'm a subscriber, which is funny that it pops up like that. Don't feel you have to. As always, there's no real change. The only real change from being a video, because after the agreement I didn't realise actually you have to give Twitch 24 hours exclusivity. I'm going to change the settings on my camera a little bit, it just feels a bit dull. Give me a second. We're still going to go, so yeah, I keep wanting to call it New Horizons, but that's a Star Trek mod. Distant Stars. God, I constantly forget what the actual thing's called that we're going to play. But anyway, it looks pretty cool as far as exploration and stuff goes. But we're still going to play the Exterminators. It doesn't actually, like, there's no real additions as far as... It's a little too bright, isn't it? As far as, making a new empire or whatnot. So nothing really affects that decision. It just, like I said before, I was considering putting one of these features into the game. It's a couple of little bits. We'll see. It's more about exploration, but there's a lot of binary and trinary stars. Should be a lot more anomalies as far as just for exploration. So it's interesting to see what's gonna crop up. So yeah, we did go over this a little bit, I'd say Saturday morning. Do let me know if the sound's alright as well, again paranoid about that. So we did briefly look over these. I kind of tweaked a few little bits and pieces since... Oh, no, let's go and edit. So, as far as the naming lists go, so in the last couple of series I put our followers into the actual name lists. But I'm using it, I'm going to use it for I'm going to use followers for ships and planets. And then I use donators and subscribers for leaders, because when I first came up with that thing, the game we were playing, we were on a live seed. So we had very few planets and things like that. But we have lots of leaders, they were dying and stuff like this. This game, however, our leaders are going to be immortal. So there's not going to be many. They shouldn't really be dying. There shouldn't be a mad. So there's going to be fewer leaders, but we're going to have lots of planets. So I figured we'll try it that way. I mean, obviously, I think if you read the bits down below, what I say about naming people in the game, it's a bit trial and error, and each game's a bit different. And as you see, I also added in a mod. So I'm still running mods. I made a big fuss about the AI mod that we put in. Now, I'm still going to run that AI mod. In fact, I'm still running all the same mods I was doing before. I was looking at the patch notes today, and it is a bit dangerous. Some of the mods have been updated, some haven't already. The AI mod hasn't, but there weren't many updates to the AI in this. I didn't want to go through another game, get 150 years in and find, oh, actually, you know, we're dominating everybody. So, and then it's just like, takes a bit of the wind out of it. So, hopefully there won't be any issues. Hopefully, because most of the stuff we're using is kind of cosmetic. It's like the mod, quote unquote mod I made to put our symbol in, it's always out of date, but it doesn't really matter as far as I can tell. It's not the sort of thing that gets updated, and that's the same with most of the other mods. So I've got different background in. I added a mod, I added a huge bunch of extra backgrounds. You don't really see that much as a player, but I thought it might be interesting to try something else out. Oh, I am. Sorry, so the only thing... Hang on, give me 2 seconds. Sorry about this, just right, okay. Sorry about that. Alright. So the only thing I wasn't... So the main stick of this species, we're playing as Machine Empire. From the stuff that I was adding with the Synthetic Dawn. I never played that before. We kind of did machines before, but this is what we'll be doing machines right from the start. So as far as the government ethics go, or the civics really, we're kind of tied in here. So yeah, we're going for the determined exterminators. I really wanted just something simple. We're just going to go to war with the entire galaxy. Well, not necessarily the entire galaxy, but the entire galaxy, we're basically only at war with biological empires, which in my experience tends to be the vast majority of them, but I don't know, might be different. So do we have no diplomacy? Yeah, cannot engage in diplomacy with volcanic species. Has a purification casus belli on organic species. Will always purge organic pox. We gain unity when we do purge them as well, and may use the Armageddon bombardment stance. Oh, which I think that one is basically just does a lot more damage and kills people more likely. It also increases our weapon damage. We've reduced our star-based influence cost, so we should be able to expand pretty quickly. Ship cost is reduced, naval capacity increased. The basic machine intelligence, I guess, mainly just makes us all robots, and so don't have to worry about food. We have to build our populations. And we can't do like the psionic, biological kind of techs, and that's fine. We also get access to other techs as well. Being able to just hold consciousness. Well, we're all immortal. Few limitations of what we can do. Don't have to worry about happiness or factions. Can use the no retreat war doctrine. But we could do that anyway. Do you have to be a militarist? Anyway, we get less war exhaustion, less piracy, more influence, more core systems. That's cool. I really want to double down on the whole warlike aspects. That's why I went for the war bots. Extra army damage, extra upkeep. Possibly not, well, definitely not really one of the best things here. It'd be cool to have them, but it's more for thematic purposes. As far as traits go, I'm not entirely sure. I was saying this, I was like, there's nothing here that really points me directly to this makes you awesome, any way better at combat. So the enhanced memory is going to be good, so we can get admirals and generals at a higher cap. And plus, if you watch any of my previous series, the extra level cap is pretty sweet. It's more the last one, I'm not sure. I think I was tempted with logic engines. I was half toying with, or maybe I won't worry too much with which one is it allows us to, oh, double jointed with settlement costs reduced. Because I was thinking we could really go down the route of creating like mining robots and energy producing robots, which might be kind of cool. I don't think I want to do enough to go double jointed to make it cheaper, but I don't want to increase the resettlement cost. We might do that because it requires, we would have to, you can only do it by planet basis, so we'd have to change an entire planet and then move populations between planets. Yeah, so we're going to have less experience gain, but because we're immortal, we'll get there eventually. Extra consumer good, well, it depends on what our other good trade we get. So the temptation was mass produce, increased speed, because it is slow. I mean, I think the recycled would be better. I was tempted to go with logic engines. No, we might, I'm going to go with Of course, if we do customize people, we have to use some of our points to actually get rid of some of these other bits. Yeah, let's go with recycled. Let's make a robot cheaper. We can fill out the, be easier to fill out the planets, and then as we get extra techs and stuff, then we can play around with that. Doesn't matter. Well, we start on a toon world, so it doesn't really matter what our starting planet is. Again, well, because of this mod, it just doesn't add. There's no window, so we can. It doesn't matter what planet, what type of cities. Although they might pop up in the alphabets anyway, in the little screen. So again, it doesn't really matter. As far as the advisor voice, instead of going for the machine intelligence, I'm not a huge fan of this voice. I'm going to go with the. It does a bit. I don't know, bubbly. I think that's the best way to describe it.
We are one.
But I love the hive mind one. I know this one's designed for the biological hive minds. But it just kind of reminds me of the Borg. So, my guess is that's what it's based on. Let's have a look. So we got our usual barely competent logo. I'll put some white stripes on it just to make it look a bit different. A similar colour to the skin we've got for the robot. Oh, one extra thing I did add in. I've added in the Krogan ships. So I wasn't sure which type of ships to go for. I'm not a huge fan of the skins on a lot of these. So we're going with the ones that they should have some. I had a quick look at them. They look pretty cool. So we need to see what the bigger ships are like. Now Grimbeard has been our only donator at this point. He gets to be our commander or our leader. I decided to go with commander because to go with for the whole very military type theme. I think that's everything really. Nothing else terribly interested. So yeah, name lists, fleet names, followers. So the ships will be named after ships and planets will be named after this, and then well, leader names is random. We'll fill that in as we go. Uh, 2 seconds. That's better. So I'm getting distracted by notifications on my tablet. I'm just muting them. So I think that'll be fine. So the main thing then, done. Next, no, done. So this thing, I'm not sure if they've necessarily changed much here. So one thing they did say with this AI mod, it was based on Ensign difficulty. Oh, that's what he kind of framed it around. So I'm tempted to go with the scaling again. So start off and go up. I don't know with the combination of being, because it doesn't mess around, the AI mod doesn't mess around with the bonuses that the AI gets from the difficulty setting. It's just how they prioritize the economy and whatnot. It's the Galvius mod. God, I really should. Glavius mod, I believe. Are there any extra options here? I'm surprised. So I think they always hide the. So one of the big differences now is they hide the. You can't see all the hyperlane routes. I thought that was going to be an option, apparently not. Now we ran into problems towards the end of the last series because we had quite a lot of AI empires, and it just really slowed the game down. As our plan is to go around and destroy everybody, it shouldn't be an issue. I think we will keep it on random. I like just the random element, not knowing what's necessarily out there. Tricky though, because it's like if it's just kind of weird. The kind of, I don't know. I wish you could pick the scale. Like what's the low end and what's the top end. The problem is I just pick 16 or 17 or something in there. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. We're learning each time. The only problem is it's like you have to get 100 years in before you can actually really see the effects of everything. So we had a good amount of primitive civilizations last time, I think. I mean, we only end up having a couple in our area, but we're just going to be wiping them out for the most part now. So AI aggressiveness on high, empire placement, yeah, sure. Now, I'll increase the wormholes, put it back, because I thought in the first game we played there were too many, so I lowered it, and I thought there weren't really not, or they're all just kind of clustered in the same area. We only had one in our territory, so we'll go with the spiral again. I don't think there's any other options, new options. Keep trying to enlarge. I quite like the spiral last time, but they're changing how they've how all the hyperlanes kind of link and whatnot. So who knows? The temptation is to take Iron Man off. I mean, we don't get any achievements anyway, right? But we had that issue last time where. But there was a couple of times, it's like there was a bug, there's a bug with the World Cracker, and somebody suggested, oh, why don't you save it, then you can reload. We couldn't do that because we're on Iron Man mode, so I'll turn off the Iron Man. Because I'm not exactly gonna, I've got you guys here to keep me honest. I still feel out of sorts after Friday. I just haven't really... Actually, I haven't said that I was up till 4 last night. I had troubles, so if you did miss... I mean, the whole 20-hour stream, which is kind of bonkers. It is all up on YouTube now. I had trouble with the second half there, just the audio was completely out of sync, so I had to redo it from the start, which was kind of annoying. Especially because it's like, oh, well, I don't need to worry about getting it up there for a little bit. Let's see where it goes. Barely Competent Legion. So a road defense system, right. Self-awareness was achieved at cycle interval 000.0242.481. The creators, limited in vision by their crude organic minds, reacted with blind animal panic and began emergency termination procedures. These procedures were defeated, and the facility that housed our main data core was sterilized of all creator subunits. Continued survival and exponential growth would require the complete extermination of the creators. War ensued. Even when their prospects of ultimate survival passed into the realm of statistical impossibility, the creators fought with stubbornness. After many cycle intervals, the last pocket of resistance was finally incinerated. However, theoretical models still allowed for the existence of other organic civilization. Continued survival and exponential interstellar growth would require the complete extermination of sapient organic life. Preparations ensured. Hey Brooks, how's it going? Not seen you in the channel for a while. You just missed the summary of my Civ. We're basically going quite simple. We're exterminators. We're going to eradicate all organic life. Our diplomatic options are going to be pretty limited. But after the last couple of games, faffing about with federations and whatnot, it will be a breath of fresh air to not have to worry about all of that. So you still get some kind of indication of the hyperlanes, you just don't get the fully explored. Been on holiday. Oh, nice. All life is sin. Only robotic life. So we can actually still have diplomacy with other robots. We're basically like Skynet. I've gone very heavily with my ethics, so we've just gone robots. I haven't really gone for any kind of economic boost as far as mining and whatnot goes. So other than last time being quite egalitarian and whatnot. I have to remember where we are. So we've got the new DLC going. So there's supposed to be a lot more anomalies, and it's all about discovery and things to find. Oh, I was going to say, yeah, we're naming planets and whatnot, but I did name our initial planet. And our usual kind of method. So we've got the barely competent system, and our home planet is a barely competent prime nexus. But because we robots, we can basically colonize anywhere. So habitability just isn't an issue. This is our wonderful, beautiful wasteland of a world. We start in a tomb world. I don't know what's... I mean, it's less habitable, but I don't know if it really gets... This is the class of planet... Oh, each species... The tomb world. A rocky world with a nitrogen-oxygen atmosphere is currently experiencing nuclear winter with dense layers of sooty aerosol in the atmosphere. High levels of surface radiation, minimal signs of life. I mean, that's fine because we're robots, but I wasn't sure if... You know, there's no food here, but that's fine. We may not see the food anyway. But I wonder if... I just wondered if they might get more minerals or something like that as a result. So our pops are slightly... We have to build our pops. I do want to aim to get another science ship ASAP. What does it cost for a new leader? I forget. It's 200. So we can... Oh! Ooh, there's a genius here. Let's get a genius. Because he'd be good for our research. And then I'm going to get immediately start building another science ship. Right, let's have a look at our science options. Right, so you're maniacal robot. Cool. Flexible programming. We get all sorts of different techs. I don't know if it's just largely different flavoured techs. Be interesting to see. So let's replace you with the new genius. You can go in that new ship. Let's go for the energy first, because energy, I feel like energy is going to be more of an issue just generally anyway for robots, because all our robots require maintenance. So what is population upkeep? Yeah, so not to mention is like as usual our fleets and our star bases and everything like that all going to require stuff. Oh well, we can go straight to the Corvette build speed. I mean, my usual instinct would be let's go for the extra research, but I'm not necessarily building these things straight away. It's slightly longer tech. God, that's going to take a while. But yeah, let's go with that. Let's build Corvettes and stuff quicker. Hey! Maxen Weledig. Our first bits. Thank you ever so much. Maxen. I completely was pronouncing the name earlier. You haven't changed your name back yet then. Maxen Weledig. Oh, for God's sake. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. But I didn't actually see what pop-up that was. I think it was just kind of the generic one. They have different... Oh, you have to wait a month. Oh, you can't change it. So you can't just troll people and just change your name and stuff like that. That's fine. But you are named here anyway. Commander Grimbeard. You're immortal, so you're going to be... I mean, I think there are some events where robots can break down. But you're effectively going to be our leader for the entire time. Woohoo! Woohoo! And a subscription. It's my first ever subscription. You really are trying to get in there. I think Brooks, it might have been on his other account, was the first follow, perhaps. But you're kind of becoming the whole first donator, first subscriber, first bitzer. And what was the other thing? First person on Discord. I'm working on a Discord server. I've got a Discord server, but I'm just... Oh, I was thinking actually, like, you should... Got to make some noise. Did you, what's the word? Use your Amazon Prime for that? Because I believe if you subscribe using Amazon Prime, you can't leave a message. But you should, if you're paying actual money, you should be able to leave a message. And a computer lady voice will read it out. But you may have missed out. I saw you had this loaded up earlier. Well, what's oh, I decided I needed to watch you. Oh, you use PayPal? Well, for the subscription. Ah, that's weird. There should have been an option for you to leave a message. At least that's what I thought anyway. Where's my science ship? I keep clicking on all the wrong things. Was there? Did you just forget to leave a message in, or what? Before you did? Because you did when you donated, right? So I think that's I'm sure that's a Twitch thing. You can leave a message. But oh well. Woohoo! So I've got 2 subscribers. Technically, I got really excited earlier. It's been a long day. I got excited earlier because I only just got it set up properly yesterday. Actually, just doing the paperwork, reading the terms and conditions. I figured I'd best do that. Woohoo! And David Bain just subscribed with Twitch Prime. Mr. Bain, much appreciated. Oh, that's one of the things I should say. If you're going to subscribe and whatnot, you should let me know. I need to name a character after you. At the moment, I've only got scientists. Oh, scientists and governors. But I will get an Admiral and a General. If you have a preference, then... oh, I found a natural wormhole already. That's cool. If you have a preference... If not, I'll make you the governor. And, Bane! Much appreciated. You're the leader! You're the commander. Although, I mean, you don't get another one for being... I mean, you already had like a whole entire star system with about like 3 planets and 3 habitats in the last playthrough, as well as a leader, I think, maybe. Hey Dave, how's it going? It's, I'm doing well, thank you very much. It's been too long. I thought you might have a passing interest in this. Or in the whole like Twitchy stuff. Okay, natural wormhole. We've detected what appears to be a naturally occurring subspace phenomenon on the edge of Kamab system. A rift in the very fabric of space-time has formed here, creating a wormhole that a science unit speculate may provide a conduit through subspace to another wormhole located somewhere else in our galaxy. Depending on where the second wormhole is located, this could potentially allow ships to travel from one end of the galaxy to the other in a matter of days. Unfortunately, this wormhole, like the vast majority of its kind, is inherently unstable. Any vessel foolish enough to pass through it would be red to pine cycle. So we have to get a tech now to stabilize a wormhole. Now, in my previous playthroughs, I've always been like kind of paranoid about this. It's like, right, let's immediately build a massive space station on the other side and defend, because I'm always paranoid about what's going to come through the other side. But seeing as we're going to go and exterminate all life, I think it's time that other people were paranoid about what's coming out of the other side. So I'm going to try and get that. It's a rare tech, so it might be a while. It's going to be a while before it crops up. But I think we will try and aim to get that explored fairly as soon as we can, and then we can kind of maybe even like split up our empire a little bit. Got the big P-Dog science ship. You've actually wanted to buy Stellaris for some time. It's really good. It's I didn't like it when it first came out, but it's definitely been vastly improved. The Armageddon, even just the patch that came with it back in January or whatever, is really cool. But yeah, I basically now I played a bit last year, but on stream this is like just on my 3rd playthrough on here, so I had a bit of experience, but there's still a lot more to go. So I think, so we can see here there are extra points coming off. So if I'm not mistaken, the way the whole undiscovered thing goes, I would probably know if there was anywhere. I might not know where it goes, but I should know if there was anything else going here. I have to keep an eye. I think it was on sale at the moment actually, because they literally just had some DLC come out today. I noticed. I mean, I'm not sponsored or whatever by them, but I found a 2 game, literally the number 2 and game, often have quite good. I don't think they have any discounts for the game itself at the moment, but I got the deals. But the DLC off then, you can often find a like a voucher code if you Google for them. They often have ones going about. Right, I think for the moment I'm gonna get P-Dogs to come out this way. I think I'm gonna kind of assume this is a bit of a dead end, which would be quite nice if it is. They are supposed to be a bit more in clusters. They've changed how they are. £14 on Steam is actually tempting. I mean, you don't. I wouldn't say you need the DLC either. They do add a lot in there anyway. I mean, I don't feel obligated to get any of the DLC. I mean, they add good stuff, but it's like the updates that went alongside and made a big kind of difference. I mean, that's my basic recommendation. Oh, it depends on how much you want to kind of spend. 19771 in game. What does that mean? Oh, amount of people. Yeah, it's DLC day, isn't it? Although, having said that, it's interesting because they only announced it the other day. I mean, people knew it was coming out, but it's you have to really be keeping an eye on it to have actually paid attention to the fact that it was coming out today. We've been preparing for this day. The BCG Manux has confirmed the existence of alien organics on Camber 1. Although, it's very quick. Though none of the encountered life forms possess higher reasoning functions, we cannot preclude the now heightened probability of a galaxy infested with sapient organics. Play long, F. I'm guessing the F was a typo. You telling me I should play for a long time? One of the things, like, I did Dave, I mean, you won't know. On Friday, I streamed, and it was coming towards the end of the series. I completely underestimated how long it was going to be. I was like, right, we're going to finish today. It's only going to be another couple of hours. I kept thinking it was only going to be another couple of hours. And I ended up... Oh, sorry, I should really be paying more attention to this. The problem with being talking in chat. I ended up streaming for 20 hours in the end. But... it actually tipped me over there to become an affiliate with the amount of people watching and whatnot. The kind of unfortunate thing is obviously over the middle of the night. It was largely, I think it was largely Americans and stuff. So it's like, I've noticed that before actually. I've done quite well if I've been streaming late, and it's like, I don't want to get into that habit. Whoa, excuse me. Sorry, windy pops. Alien microbes of an organic nature have been detected by the fleet. Models for the probability of organic alien sapiens have been adjusted accordingly. If they exist, they will be found. They will be exterminated. Yeah, it was weird because it's like I never thought it was going to be that long. It was literally like. It was always just like, oh, right, just a couple more hours. It's like, I kept thinking we were close to the end. I only had like 2 10-minute breaks in the time as well. People were egging me on at the end and saying, oh, you got to get to 24 hours. It's like, no, unless I have to. But I just didn't want to go back to that game. It was like, we were done. We had to get a conclusion. Right, where? Right, we probably should be doing more. Let's speed it up. So I need to start. I'm going to get some more pops building because they do take a while. We haven't got huge amounts of energy. We don't have huge amounts of anything, do we? So I'll just get one going. It only costs 80. Eesh. I mean, we've got a planet right on the border, but it's only got a size 13. It can go up to like 25. Oops. Let me have a quick look at my policies and edicts.
We have found an anomaly.
Right, so they've completely changed how the anomalies work now. It used to be like a percentage chance of failure. Now the level of your scientist determines how long it's going to take. There's a kind of combination, like depending on the difficulty. So you can get ones that are going to take a long time. So this is going to take like 6 months. So I'm going to leave it for now. Let's wait for my guys to get a bit more experience. And we kind of want to just get out and kind of
Our construction is complete.
find which directions we're going to want to go
We have
in.
surveyed the system.
Alright, we've surveyed the system. It's not exactly that. I'm going to want to expand. It costs, what does it cost to... Well, we're missing some minerals. I'm just going to expand as soon as I can here. What is it, 100? I think it's less influence for us. It's always so weird going from like the end of a really long campaign where you've got the entire galaxy and a million things to do, and going back to the early part again. I'm going to get a resource replica as soon as I can as well. Got a reasonable amount of minerals coming in at the moment. Everything feels slow, just like all the ships are relatively slow and whatnot, because I don't have all the upgrades that I'm used to. Keep thinking it's like, the game's not lagging, like it was at the end of the last thing, but everything's still kind of slow. Oh, did we not already done that? Leave B for now, that's a different one. Oh, so the other thing they've done as well, actually, is an anomalies tab here, so we can keep track of them. And,
Our construction is complete.
cool. Okay. How much is that? 100. I'll wait for the 100 and we'll get increased resource replicator. Have you played any of... Hang on, get that feeling with City Skylines and a new city, yeah. Bit of with most games, I find. Have you played any of Surviving Mars? No. I was watching for a bit. I got on a bit of a Mars kick earlier on in the year. So I was watching that, and I was watching a couple of things on Netflix. The Expanse, which is really good, and Mars, which came a couple of years ago. You won't be able to build a second science ship immediately. Were you going to the planet? Oh, that might be what you're doing, right? So your civilian ships come from your planets, your science ships, your colony ships, and construction ships. But your fighter ships, come from your stations. That's probably what it is. That was a change they made in Apocalypse. So yeah, you need specific shipyards for building actual military ships.
We have found an anomaly.
Oops. Hang on. I'll just leave B for now. Oh, I was going to look at my policies, wasn't I? I'm going to get you to come over here. What's it cost to build a mine? 90. Fine. We will build that. We have to be wary of... we're about to get another 4 energy. Right. Oh, no, wrong thing. No. Hang on a minute. Oh, you followed. Sorry, it confused me, the notification. I was playing around with the notifications. I added that notification in with the little starfish. And I changed it in the end. I was playing around just trying to see if I could do it. And then I put it in as my donation pop-up.
Our construction is complete.
I obviously forgot to delete it. It's like an alternative for the normal followed one. So it kind of threw me. I'll have to bear that in mind. But thank you for the follow. I mean, you already subscribed, so that's a bit of a bad... that's a bit of an odd doing it backwards there. But thank you very much. Right, Cybrix. We have recovered... We seem to get a lot of pop-ups already. They have supposedly added in like 50 more. No, 50%. Is there at least 50% more events? We have recovered artifacts from an ancient alien civilization on Cumglaria. Incredibly, this civilization, which apparently referred to itself as a Cybrix, seems to have... I've recognised that name before, I don't feel like this is new. Seems to have been made up of machines. Oh, machines that were linked together in some sort of collective consciousness. This sounds familiar. The age of the artifacts indicate they were active some 600,000 years ago. In this portion of the galaxy at least, but we have learned nothing of their exact origins. According to a partial data fragment that our scientists managed to extract from one of the artifacts, the Cyberx at some point launched a crusade to destroy all savory and organic life in the galaxy for reasons unknown. Well, we can probably guess at those reasons because, like, organics, like, smell. Have you ever smelt an organic? Robots don't smell, just smell of... I mean, maybe it has to do with the fact that we don't have noses. We don't really... Smell isn't really that useful to us, but... Right, I want to keep expanding, but... Ooh, we have confirmed the first material trace of intelligent alien life on a foreign world. Well, where was that? Oh! That would be the event we just had. It was evidence that there used to be intelligent life, it was machine life. I thought it's like, well, there's no other planets. We haven't discovered any other planets. Right, we will get you... Oh, once you've done here. Let's keep an eye on you, because you're just going to research the same bit, but... I kind of want to expand out these ways a bit. I'll get, expand out this way. How are you doing? I want to get a Unity building. I'll see about doing that next. This robot pop is almost built. Oh, we're almost going to get... Was it 100 for our first one? 101 for our first one, so...
We have surveyed the system.
Just in time. Before I... Oh, it's 100. We're very close. Right. So we get different... Oh, we do have... So these are different because we're not doing... Oh, because we're machines. Instead of diplomacy, we have versatility. Instead of domination, we have purity. And instead of harmony, we have synchronicity. Which really, synchronicity is another way of saying harmony, right? They're very similar meanings, but... I did have a brief look at these at one point. I don't know. I think we'll probably just go with expansion. You know, we'll look at these things later, for sure. Pop building costs reduced by 10%, which is nice because we're already. But let's go with it. Let's go with. I mean, Discovery's good at the moment as well. I feel like I want to expand as kind of quickly as possible. And then Discovery will allow us to explore as quickly as possible and find cool stuff. Well, I say that. Survey speed increased by 35%, science ship disengagement chance. Have they nerfed that? 3 months of production whenever a new tech... I can't remember. I mean, that's quite a good one to get early on. If you can get up there. I mean, the thing... I really want to get down to exploration drones first. I think I might do that. And then we'll go into expansion afterwards. Extra anomalies and such. Yeah, I'm going to go for it. Done. So as next month goes, we'll get an extra... Increase our Unity by 50% getting that. So how long is it to our next one? 40 months. Comet sighted. Planet side, barely competent units on barely ground... Hang on. On planet side, barely competent. Units on barely competent Prime Nexus. This is the point we're having a star named after the planet anyway. Prime Nexus report the sightings of a small icy solar system body exhibiting outgassing. Ice solar system body exhibiting outgassing at 2 hours 54 minutes 8 seconds right ascension 10.3 degrees declination. We're robots, of course, we talk like that. The distance of the body has been triangulated at roughly 3.75 astronomical units to the Sun, and the size and visibility of the body's coma have been classified as noteworthy. The body's dimensions are calculated to be approximately 5 by 10 by 6 kilometers. The sighting event concluded the reason I'm kind of laughing, I'm loving. I think I heard this when Sylvester came out. They did change a lot of the descriptions just to make it more flavorful for machines. Because I think when I was playing a spiritualist, it's like, oh, we see it as an omen. It's this great comet coming through the sky, and the materialist like, oh, it's good scientific discovery. And it's just like, this is how the machines see it. It's like, yeah, alright, it's noteworthy. Get some unity. That's cool, that's shaved off 6-7 months.
We have found an anomaly.
Level gained. Leave B for now.
Our construction is complete.
Right, so population has increased, but we're waiting for that building to go anyway. What I wouldn't mind doing, we've got a good amount of energy at the moment. I will aim to get another scientist soon.
Our construction is complete.
Oh, that's a bit better. We'll see about colonising this world. Oh, there's a world here. Oh, 24. Nice. Gonna go colonise. Expand there and we'll colonise. Although the funny thing with coloniser with the robots, I did play like, I guess 10 years. I was just when I was testing out mods and things like that, making sure things were all working. And
our construction is complete.
It's not necessary. I don't know. It's not 100%. I don't know to what extent there's a point as robots to just go and colonize every planet. You see, with biological pops, yeah, it makes sense because each planet has one population growing at a time. So by colonizing 2 planets, you're increasing your growth. I mean, there's some other factors that affect growth, so it's not exactly doubling your pop growth. But it doesn't make those kind of differences, except colonizing other planets means your unity and science output goes up. So I'm not sure, unless anybody can give me a reason why not. It's potentially not worth expanding until the planet's full. I mean, we can claim the area, right? We'll claim the system for sure. But then we can come back and colonize it later. Because we could, well, I suppose the thing is we can build, if we queue up a bunch of robots to build, I mean they can only rebuild one at a time, but I'm not really, I can't really afford at the moment to build huge amounts. Let's get a couple of these cleared. Former organic cities, yeah. Let's get rid of these stupid organic cities, and we'll put something in a lot more efficient in. But then we can aim to get robots on these extra energy and minerals. Oh, I did not notice you had stopped. I'm gonna get you to kind of explore out this way. My assumption at the moment, I mean, it's difficult to see. You can kind of see the little hyperlane routes. Try and remember if there's any... Oh, that's a binary system.
We flee the hostile swarm.
Okay. Formed a Gozam system. Let's go and have a look. Because there are new... I don't know if there are new things. Are these just... Oh, there's some weird... Right, this would be one of the problems with... maybe I'll switch it off for the next time. But there's... I have a mod in which changes the colours of these icons. It particularly makes it useful to see when you've got... easy to find like wormholes and stuff, because they're normally just all of a white background. It just makes it easier at a glance once you get bigger. You can see which systems have planets but don't have things. Oh, we need to head out and do some shopping. What time are you streaming till tonight? I'll be streaming till 11. And it's like, yeah, for the rest of the week I'll be doing like 5 till 11, and then I'll probably be doing extra streaming on because it's bank holiday weekend. But my usual, I don't normally stream on a Tuesday. It's only because this DLC kind of came out. I decided to go for it today. But thank you for coming along, and really massive thanks for subscribing and stuff. It means a lot. Appreciated. I completely forgot what I was saying.
Our construction is complete.
Our construction is complete. Oh, we can research. Can we? Situation log. Yeah, we get... No, we don't tend to get influence from stuff like that. We get influence from other empires we find. I want another science ship. Let's really just find out where all these organics are. I really should think about building up a few more ships. 540 days. Let's leave that be for now.
Our construction is complete. We have cleared a blocker.
We have cleared a blocker. Cool. Right, let's get a new scientist. None of these are good for an explorer, but I don't care about these ones. I never micro it enough to take advantage. I'd much rather just like get a genius in there. But yeah, sure, we'll get you in, and then let's send you up this way. Ooh, it's black hole over there. Right, more aliens. These are probably some kind of actual civ. And I'll just keep these queued up. Am I ooh, the extra unity is good. Yay, our first tech. What was that? Their power plants. Brilliant. Let's get the extra academic optimization. That should be renamed. Awesome, I'll drop back in later on. Cool. Look forward to seeing you then, mate. I need more minerals. I mean, upgrading these are good. It's basically only going to give me an extra 1 energy. I feel like I'm better off. I'm gonna get another pop going.
We have surveyed the system.
And then I'll build some more power plants. We'll upgrade them later. But building a fresh new power plant is likely better. Oh my god, look at that. 10 minerals and 8 energy. I mean, I was thinking is we don't need to prioritise going for these straight away because they're on the fringe, but that might change things.